Hello everybody. In today's video, we're going to start using this. We're going to use that. We're going to use these, this, and even some of this. So if you want to see what this is, make sure you stay tuned. Hello BSC family, and welcome back to my bench. So today we're going to be starting something pretty epic for me anyways. Hopefully you guys will like it too. I'm assuming by the thumbnail you already know what we're doing. So if you like these types of videos, make sure to hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed, hit that bell button, and make sure that all notifications are turned on so you don't miss out on anything. Leave all your comments and thoughts down below. Give me a follow on my Instagram and my Facebook group. Links for them are in the description. And if you want to help out the channel in any way, there's a PayPal me link down there, and there's also a Teespring store link for all my merch. So go check them out. And with no further ado, let's get on with it. Okay, people. So, you know by a thumbnail and some of the stuff I've shown you, this is what we're going to be building. The San Francisco 2. It's a 190 scale wooden model ship. Now, I've never done a wooden ship before, and make sure you stay tuned and hit that subscribe button, bell button, because my dad is going to be taking the plans for this, and he's going to be upsizing it by at least 5 times, maybe 6 times the size of this thing. He's going to be doing it out in the shop until the point where he can't do it in the shop anymore, and then he'll have to move it outside. And I'm going to be recording it and editing videos for that. And I'll be putting a separate playlist for his ship. Now, his is probably going to take a lot longer than mine, but I'll try to help him. And a lot of stuff's going to be custom made and somewhat re-engineered to be able to do what he's doing in the size he's doing it. So, as you can tell, I've cleaned off this wall because there used to be a lot of other stuff. And I don't know if I put out the video or not yet where I've rearranged my YouTube room here a little bit. If not, yeah, I put up some pegboards. Everything that was up here is now on pegboards. And yeah, I've also put a monitor here. So now I'm actually running 3 monitors. And yeah, so I can put the PDFs up here for the ship. And I've obviously got control over it. I can sit here and I can scroll up and down. I can zoom in and out. I can do whatever I need to do, you know, and just off to my right here, I do have another monitor open. The 3rd monitor is not on, but I have it open so I can have music or a movie or whatever playing. Now, I have to let you know that these videos are not going to be no 5, 10 minutes, 20-minute videos. I'm looking and aiming for roughly 40 minutes to an hour. I've looked on YouTube. There is no step-by-step tutorials or whatever you want to call them for the San Francisco 2 wooden model ship. There is none. There is a few videos where they just show pictures of the stages that they've done, but no actual step-by-step. A few videos of the final assembly, or not a final assembly, but the finished product. Again, no step-by-step. So I'm looking and aiming to be the first step-by-step videos for the San Francisco 2. Now, San Francisco 2, if you watch the unboxing and stuff like that, I am not actually going completely San Francisco 2, if you know what I mean. I am going to be building a version of a pirate ship. Pirates stole their ships and, you know, made them into their own ship. So I'm going to be changing a few things on this, eliminating some stuff, probably adding a few other things. I may or may not be doing LEDs in this. I haven't decided yet. I'm obviously going to be changing the colors. I'm thinking closer to along the lines of the black pearl. I want to darken it all up, darken up the sails kind of thing, you know, the way the black pearl looked. So I want to do something similar to that. I haven't put out a video yet on getting you guys to think of and suggest pirate ship names. Hopefully I can do that here within the next couple of videos of this and get you guys to put down some names. And like I said in my unboxing, I'll take the 4 best names that I like, make up a poll, and have you guys vote. And once we figure out what name is going to be on the ship, or at least call the ship, then we can give credit to the person that thought up the name. We can put them in the end credits. So there's going to be some talking and probably some slow time lapse, some fast time lapse, probably a bit of music. So depending on where you're at, make sure that you enjoy the video. Make sure you watch the entire video, no matter who you're watching. Enjoy the music. And if you find something that I've called the wrong name and you're more of a ship enthusiast than I am, and you know the proper name, please let me know down below. I want to learn as much as I can by doing this. I am doing research, so we'll go from there. And we'll also try to not blabber so much through the rest of the videos. This first video, I'm trying to explain everything that's going on. I'm going to also try and figure out how and try to put timestamps in case certain people building this ship want to kind of jump ahead to certain things. So let me show you what tools I figured I need and what I've gotten out so far. If you have any suggestions of tools that I should look at getting or look into getting, let me know. And then from there, we're going to start pulling out parts and go through that. So give me a second, and we're going to look at some of the stuff I've got out that I think we need. Okay, some of the tools, but not limited to, that we will be using in this project so far. Right? I don't have any of my sandpaper here yet. I gotta get that. But I've got regular Olfa knife. Blade's still decent on it, so I haven't sharpened it yet. Anyways, yeah, so we got an Olfa blade. And we've got a hobby blade. And new blades to go with it. I've got a fine tip mechanical pencil and a regular pencil. Never know. And I've got some Q-tips here, but I've got a whole pack of them, so I can grab more. I've got masking tape, right? And just for holding things together. Now I've got magnets here, really strong magnets. All right, I've got that. I've got a couple 1, 2, 3 blocks. All right. Then I've got various types of CA glue. All right, quick set, a gel style, takes a little longer. I've also got a more of a rubber cement type thing, B7000. Now, if there's any of this that's on Amazon or wherever, I'll put the links down in the description so you can pick some up if you're planning on doing any of this. And in this, I got these bottles from the dollar store, and I just filled it up with standard ordinary wood glue. Now, I also have this type of wood glue here, which is waterproof and stainable, right? Because if you plan on staining, you want to make sure that any of the glues that you're using is going to accept stain, right? So this stuff here, it resists heat, mold, mildew, you know, bonds stronger than wood, blah, blah, blah. They all claim that stuff. But the thing is that this one is stainable and it's sandable, right? And this one here is more of a paste, right? Almost like a wood filler, right? Which from watching other people doing other wood ships, this is going to come in very handy, right? Not to mention I can use this on spots that if it does happen to come out in between boards or something where there's going to be stain applied, at least it's stainable, you know, paintable, things like that. So, of course, I've got paper towels, you know. I do have a bench vise here right beside me. It's just a mini one. It's right over here. It's just a mini one. I got it from Amazon. If they still have them, I'll put a link for it in the description. And again, just some old tools that I had laying around, some needle nose, end nippers, you know. I've got paintbrushes and stuff. Now I've got the discs here that come with the kit. Disc 1, disc 2. right? First one is mainly for your hull construction and outer details, and then disc 2 is going to be more of your masts, sails and rigging, and probably final detail. So got those, but this here on the screen is the PDFs from the first disc. So everything is here in front of me that I need. So I'm going to clean this stuff up, and I will be back, and we'll show you and start taking apart some of the parts that we're going to be needing. Okay, so bringing out the first panel that has the parts in it, and according to instructions, we are going to need part 1, which is the keel and stuff. We're going to need part 2, which is times 2, and part 3. So we got a 2 and a 2 and a 3. Okay, so we're going to pull those ones out. Now, since the numbers are off to the side, if you're going to pull these things out, I suggest writing the numbers on them. This one's got a number on it. Some of them have numbers already on it. These ones do not, so I'm going to put a 3, a 2, and a 2. So now when I cut them out, I don't get them mixed up. Not that you really can, but, you know, just for safekeeping. This one's got a smaller notch here than this one and this one. So we're going to get these cut out. Okay, so now that I've got these things cleaned up, sanded up, all I did was get rid of the burrs, you know, and then I was also told that you should try and get rid of some of or break open the cut edges where the charring happens from the laser cutting, anywhere that is going to have glue, so that the charring allows the glue to seep into the wood, right? So we got a number 2, which is going to go up front here. And number 2 that's going to go in the middle. And then number 3 is going to go here. All right. So we're going to get these glued on. And to do that, what I'm going to be doing is setting up my 1, 2, 3 block nice and tight. I'm going to put magnets on it on one side. So we'll use a couple magnets at the bottom, a couple magnets at the top. That holds everything nice and tight. Then in this case, a couple magnets only for this one. And that is going to hold everything nice and square. All right, so it's going to be complete 90-degree angle like it wants on the instructions. So all 3 of them, I'm going to do that. Once that's glued and dried, I'll come back and we'll show you that, and we'll go on to let's see, it'd be step number 2, I believe. No, this is step number 2. We're going to go over here. We're going to go to step number 3, which will start getting into all the ribs. So give me a few minutes. I'll be back, and we'll have these all glued up, and we'll continue on. Okay, for gluing, I thought I'd show you guys, since I'm trying to do a step-by-step for you all. So I've got just a standard wood glue. Now we're going to put some on both sides. All right, a little bit in there, a little bit in there. Then we're going to slide this one down into that slot. It's indicated into the instructions. Move this up tight. Like so. We're going to put a magnet on it here. Come on. If it's going to cooperate. Like so. Everything's flat, everything's square. And we're good to go. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing on both of the number 2s. I've got another one here, so I got to kind of wait for that one to dry up a bit before I can do the front one. So yeah, this is going to take a little bit. So I'll get the rest of these glued up. You're going to do the same process through them. And yeah, we'll come back when they're dry enough, and we'll start on the rest of the ribs and the bulkheads. Okay, so we've got all those glued in. All right, they're solid, they're dry. So the next thing that we're going to do is go to step 3. We're going to look for number 7, number 8. We're going to get those dry fitted in. Once those are dry fitted in, square, we're going to look at doing 6 and 9 with platform 13. Okay, so let's find all of that. All right, so we're going to go like that. So we need 7 and 8 to begin with. On here, 5, 10, 9, and 4. So over here, we got 7, we got 8. We're also going to need bulkhead 6 and bulkhead 9. There's 6, and 9 is on the other one. So we're going to cut all those out. So now that we've got them all cut out, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to clean everything up. All right, clean up all these little cut marks. Then we're going to start to dry fit them, and we're going to go from there. now that we've got everything all rough sanded, I'm going to go through, I'm going to touch everything up with the 320. And as you saw here, that is how it's going to go together. You get your number 9, your number 6, number 13 in between. All right. Now with these, we'll have to square them up. Nice and flat against there. On both ends. Probably go upwards. There we go. So everything's sitting nice and square, right? So we can glue this up together, let that cure, and then we're going to do the same thing on here. So we're going to take one of these. We're going to put magnets over here, magnets on here, and that'll be nice and square. And we'll do the same thing with the next one. All right. So everything is going to be nice and square. Okay. Now you also want to make sure that your deck mounting surface is actually the same level, or at least a little bit lower. Okay, try to get them the same level. Now you can touch this up afterwards or beforehand, because once you take this and put this on, you also have to put glue up in here. So I'm going to get all that done, because you saw gluing process when I did the captions for the for the masts. So I'm just going to do the same thing. We're going to put some glue in here. Get that in there. Put magnets on. Make sure everything's nice and square. And we'll let it dry. So I'll get these two done. I'll get that glued together. Then I'll come back and I'll show you gluing this piece on. And we'll go from there. So I'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, so now that I've got this all glued up, dried, basically all I did was take one of these, put it up underneath, put some magnets on the top, put some magnets on the side, did both ends, and just let it cure. Kept it at a complete 90. And now this here fits right in there. Especially when you get it in the slots, right? Right there, that one, fits right in. Now you got these little grooves on top. You have to make sure that these are all lined up. All right. Now it is sitting up just a little bit underneath, right? Just sitting up just a little bit. So, new tools, elastics. So I'm going to put some elastics on, and I've also got a little bit of wire that I'm going to gently put around it. Once I've got it all glued, then I'll twist it at the top, right, just to help hold it snug, hold it down. I'm hoping that'll work. I don't have any big clamps, but I'm going to look into getting some of those pistol grip squeeze clamps. By the time I get them, I'll probably be done this portion of it anyways, but if I ever build another one, I'll have them. So I'm going to put some glue on here, and we're going to go from there. So of course you're going to want your glue down in these grooves, across here, down in this groove, and across the top of both of these.
Oh, blow the man down, bullies, blow the man down. To me way, blow the man down. Blow the man down, bullies, blow him away. Give me some time to blow the man down. We went over the bar on the 13th of May. Way, blow the man down. The galloper jumped and the gale came away. Give me some time to blow the man down. As I was a-walking
Okay, so I'm going to let this dry, and then let's see what's next here. So we're just going to scroll up on this. What do we need here? Okay, we did that, glue that, did that. Okay, on to step 6. We're going to cut out number 4, number 5, 10, and 11. And we're going to get those glued in. So while that's drying, I'm going to cut those out. And then by the time I've got all that cut out, we should be good to go. Okay, so here we've got number 11. Number 12 is going to be next anyway, so I'm going to cut out number 12 as well. Then we got 4, 5, and 10 right here. So we'll get all these cut out here.
And goes away, my boys, and goes away. Farewell to college joys, we sail at break of day. Through our last night on shore, drink to the foam, until we meet once more. Here's wishing you a happy voyage home. From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, we fight our country's battles in the air, on land and sea. First to fight for right and freedom, and to keep our honor clean. We are proud to claim the title of United States Marine. Blue of the seven seas, gold of God's great sun, let these our colors be till all of time be done. By seven shore we learn, gave Eastern call, faith, courage, service, true with honor, honor over all.
Alright, so we're just going to repeat that process. Sand all your spots smooth. Make sure you get rid of all the charred wood on the edge, you know, as much as possible so that the glue can soak in. So I'll do that. I'll be right back. Okay, everybody. Well, I've got everything all scuffed up, sanded, ready to rock and roll. So this here has been sitting here for more than long enough. So I'm going to pull this apart. Now, if you buy things like I do, dollar store, and salvage everything like I do, stuff like this is not worth keeping, because I got lots of it. Now, by all means, you know, you can take it apart, but for me, it's not worth it. And the same thing with these things. They're just elastics from the dollar store. So they're not worth keeping either. Now, if you are like me and you keep everything, keep these wires, because you can use them for doing plumbing or anything like that on engines, brake lines, fuel lines, all kinds of stuff. So I'm actually going to keep some of that anyways. So we got that glued down. And it's looking actually pretty good. Now what I might do later is actually go through with the glue and actually reinforce all my seams and joints, and then I can just let it sit overnight, because here it's not really glued up top here. So this piece here can actually still move. And this one a little bit as well. So if I glue those, let it sit overnight, we're going to be good. But first, we are going to do number 5 and 4. Number 5, according to this, and I try to put all my numbers forward. It doesn't say that, but I have seen another video where they said put numbers all forward and stuff like that. And again, if you look at the instructions here, you can tell that all the numbers are forward. So I'm just kind of following that. It doesn't say to do it, but So once again, you're going to test fit everything. Make sure that there's a sufficient gap wherever it needs to be. That everything sits down as far as it needs to go. Now this one is up a little bit. So what I'm going to do, bring in another new tool. Find one here. Actually, this one will do. So this one here is a flat file with a diamond shape on one side. This one's a triangular file. So what I'm going to do is either file this one or this one. Actually, I'm going to find a different one yet. Okay, I found this one here. This one's a flat both sides, but it's also got diamond on the side because these are diamond files. So I'm just going to file this down a little bit. Take your time with this. Like I said, it only needed a tiny little bit. Now you can do both if you want. There you go. Now I'm perfectly flat with it. So that one's good. Now we're going to go and we're going to test fit the two back ones. So number 10 will be the next one in. And then you're checking for the top here. Right. Number 11. That one's good. Now number 12, this one here. This one's going to be a tricky one. It's got to sit kind of back here, flush with the back. So this one's going to be a little more work to do it. But it's nothing we can't do. Right? So we'll work at that one later. We're going to get these ones all situated, glued in. And then that'd be, I believe, the last bulkhead. So we're going to start with number 5. Because number 4 is going to be an interesting one to do. Now I'm going to have to go on this side this time, because on the other side I do have the anchor piece for the forward mast. All right, so we're going to do this. We're going to do that one there. Yeah, so we're going to put that on. I'm going to throw a couple magnets in here. Like so. All right, then we're going to take a couple more magnets. We're going to put them on the back side. Just like that. Everything is nice and flat and square. Okay. Take those two back off. Slide this out. Grab our wood glue. I found you're going to go through a lot of these Q-tips. So go to the dollar store and pick up some very cheap ones. You are going to go through them. I'm going to say you can use a wet rag and stuff, but trying to get a wet rag down inside here, I don't think is very feasible. So again, put this back. And down here. Down here. So, we're going to take this one, put this one back on. Okay. So, I'm going to do the rest of them. We're going to let this one cure. I'll probably put one back here. Get one of those going. By the time we get that done, this one should be good enough to take the block off of. We'll put the number 4 in place. And then I'll do the number 11. And we'll be good to go. We're almost done this video. So, hey. If you haven't subscribed yet and you like what's going on, hey, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell button, and make sure that all notifications are turned on so you don't miss out on anything. Hey, give me a follow on my Instagram, Facebook group. Links for them are down in the description. I will also leave a link for this ship down in the description of where I've got it. And once again, just a great big thanks to all my subscribers. Doing awesome. I'm hoping by the end of summer we could be almost at 2,000 subscribers. And I'm thinking of a giveaway. I'm not quite sure yet, but we'll see what happens. So give me a few minutes. I'll be right back and I'll show you what I've gotten done. I've already shown you how to apply these glues and how I'm keeping everything nice and square. And we're going to go from there. So once we get all these done, we'll probably end out the video for this round. And I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, everybody. So we're going to close out this video, but I did go further and get this back one on. All right. So we're going to sand that down just a little bit. Not a big deal, but everything is glued in. And I did go along and reinforce with some glue on all the joints. So everything is nice and solid now. All right. So it's all good to go. So in the next video, though, we're going to start doing this deck here and this one. And it looks like step 9 is also this back piece here, this deck. So we're going to get onto that, and there's not much more for the ribs. I think there's some spacers or filler pieces that need to go in. I'm sure that'll come up here pretty soon. And then we're going to be getting into the planking and stuff. So I'm going to close you out here. If you're liking these videos, make sure to hit the like button. Share these videos with people you think that might like seeing the construction on this. Hopefully, if you've started a wood ship or even a plastic ship and you've stalled out, maybe this will give you some inspiration to jump back on it and see if you can get further along. And if you're watching this and you're not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you are subscribed, thank you very much. Thank you for everybody watching. Make sure to hit that bell button or double check that you've hit the bell button and make sure that all notifications are turned on so that you don't miss out on anything. Give me a follow on my Instagram and my Facebook group. Links for them are down in the description. You can always post things on either one of them. Show us your progress on any of the projects you're working on. And if you need help, there's always somebody there and we'll get back to you as soon as we possibly can. If you want to help out the channel in any way, there is a PayPal me link down in the description, as well as my Teespring store. Go check out what I have there for merch, long sleeves, shirts, t-shirts, hoodies, coffee cups, stickers, and I'm always creating more stuff. So with all that being said, no matter what you're working on, or if it's the first time you've ever tried something, never be afraid to try it, but always make sure that you do it your way. And until next time, later.